Hey y'all, we on with another Winning Wednesday. Today we gonna have some good conversation as we always do. Tell me how y'all feeling. What's been going on? Yo, can y'all believe tomorrow I'm about to go back to school? I'm having mixed feelings about it. Hey Lene. Hey Sid. Donovan. Hey Donovan. Hey Soul. How y'all feeling? What's going on? Let me see who's first today. I gotta look at my comments. Santana was first. Okay. I don't got my little Miss Joni hook up over here with the Santana. Hey Kamaya, hey Sing, hey Gemma, hey Reality. Is all the Poly Western people good? Because I know y'all had the flood or whatever going on at the school. Gemma, I feel you tired. It'd be like that. I had a busy day today. Hey Antonio. Hey Dorian. Hey Dante. How's college going? It's weird right now. It's virtual. It's virtual right now, and on Monday we'll be back in person. Tomorrow I'm gonna be back in Atlanta, so we'll see how I go when I'm back in person. I actually enjoy in person better because I got the structure. Like I knew I was gonna be eating every meal. I knew I was gonna do my mile. Yo, when I'm going back to Atlanta, I'm gonna work on catching up on the miles that I missed because I want to run 365 miles this year. So I'm gonna try to catch up on those. I think I got 17 miles. Break it up in a couple days. And if y'all see 6 miles on my page, just know that's why. Elder is so pressed, yo. Elder is so pressed. Oh, like how you getting to the airport, yo. Elder taking me to the airport. So if y'all see her post a little stupid video or anything messing with me, just know, yeah. What else? What else going on? Let me see. Donovan was upset. I would be upset too. Y'all got a little wave pool going on in the school. They need to get that together. Antonio, so I think today we're going to be talking about working under pressure. So as y'all know, yesterday I told y'all we were supposed to have a special guest join, and unfortunately they had an emergency pop up. So if y'all got a text from me about asking if y'all can get on, anything like that, just know that was the reason it was emergency for the guest speaker we were supposed to have today. But y'all know we still gotta have one on Wednesday. So today we're probably gonna be talking about working under pressure or working through feeling overwhelmed, because that's kind of how I felt a couple minutes ago, because y'all know I don't like being on here by myself, but we gonna make it happen. If anybody want to get on, I send y'all the link and all that good stuff. So yeah, got my people on here, and if anybody else don't have nothing that they want to share about how they feeling and everything like that, then I'm about to get on into Winning Wednesday. So y'all, with feeling overwhelmed, think about some time that you felt overwhelmed, and please drop like an experience or something that you had in the chat. So for me today, what I'm gonna work with is my experience of having my not having my guest speaker on, because today that's what I planned on, introducing you to with the guest speaker, her organization, and she was gonna have a real good setup for y'all. We still gonna have the session, we just not gonna have it this week. And yeah, so that's the situation I'm going to use. So what's the time that you felt either overwhelmed or like you was under pressure? So I see Kayaja put midterms week. Yo, midterms week was cool in high school, like getting out early and stuff. That's why I always would like try not to sweat it. I had my little slides on with my socks and all that. Like I came in real comfortable on midterms week. So that's what I always would look forward to. But like in at Spelman, when we have our exams, I definitely was overwhelmed. Like writing papers like back to back, it was just too much. Bree said, I feel overwhelmed right now. I got a stomach virus and I still got to focus on schoolwork and stuff. Girl, I had a stomach virus a couple weeks ago and it really just threw my whole little beginning of the year goals off. Like, I was supposed to register my businesses, like, well, submit the paperwork at least. And I get up, now I'm throwing up and all this other stuff. So I really hope you feel better. Make sure that you still staying hydrated and stuff. Hopefully you can keep some stuff down, get some rest, and communicate with your. Well, I'm gonna get into all of the strategies and everything, but communicate with your teachers and stuff like that, so they can understand where you coming from and stuff. Especially because you're not feeling well. Like, they definitely are more understanding while we in the pandemic and stuff like that. Kamaya said, I missed a month of my school due to COVID and grades were due in January. Wow. Yeah, definitely. You probably communicated them with them already, but it's definitely a lot. I think people are more like lenient and patient with everyone right now because of the sicknesses and stuff like that. Like, even with going back to school, like if we have COVID or something, it's like we stay home and everything like that. But yeah, you going everything happens. Not to say that you're supposed to be sick, but everything happens for a reason. Like, maybe your body just telling you, y'all had to chill out, or like maybe you was doing a little bit, too much and stuff like that. Not to say that y'all supposed to get these specific sicknesses, because I wouldn't wish it on nobody, but maybe it was just a time for you to kind of like reflect and think about what things you could do better next time. Reality, why you said what's going on? Hey, Naeem. Gemma said, right now in my research class, my assignments are due really close together and dates, and it's stressful. All right. I think I told Zion this the other day. One thing that really has been helping me with starting the semester, because I know last semester was really overwhelming for me as far as like reading and everything like that. And if y'all hear Q in the back, just ignore him. He playing the game. But as far as like things and timing with things, like scheduling out bits and pieces of your assignments is what's going to work. So I know, like, in high school is a little bit different. Like, they don't tell you every assignment for the entire quarter, but with the assignments that you get week to week, schedule that time in like your after school time, because I know y'all be in school from like 8 to 3. So after you stop messing with him. After you done with school, schedule out the time. Like, okay, I'm gonna work on this assignment for an hour, I'm gonna do this for an hour, and I'm gonna chill for this hour. Because your time focused on yourself, that's gonna be like the main point. And take breaks in between. So like what I was doing in the first semester is like watching Netflix in between my assignments. So I'm gonna watch an hour. Well, not watch an hour. I'm gonna do my assignment for an hour. Then I'm gonna take a 30-minute break if that's what you want to do. Watch an episode of this, and then I'm gonna get back into work. I'm gonna do an hour of this, and even though it might take a little bit longer of a time, which you kind of like, I don't have that much time, everything like that, it still allow you to get it done easier without it being so overwhelming. So I don't know, that might help. And you had sleep paralysis. I've never had sleep paralysis, but I've heard about it. And like, how did it feel? Like, did that make you feel overwhelmed, or one of those situations where it made you feel overwhelmed? Kamaya said, yes, my teachers were all really understanding and my grades weren't as affected. That's good. Gave me time with myself and definitely was thankful to relax for a bit. All right, y'all. So y'all got these situations in mind, and think about in these situations, what part of it what Dory, what are you talking about? Sleep paralysis don't sound lit. You can't move. A lot of people say that it's scary. It is not lit. Anyway, um, what would I say? What was I saying before I lost my train of thought? Oh, think about this situation that you're in, with being overwhelmed, and think about what piece of it makes you feel overwhelmed. So, like, looking at this situation, take my example for a situation. So, with my guest speaker not being here, one thing is I don't like being on here by myself. So that was one thing that kind of had me like overwhelmed. Like, dang, I thought I was gonna have somebody on here with me the whole time, and I'm not gonna have anyone on there with me. And like, another piece of it was the topic that we were going to talk about is something I thought that would be the like specific thing that would be for today. So I didn't have anything else really planned, but I'm still gonna come on here and have a good conversation. So I just kind of used that example to give me a topic for today with working under pressure, learning how to adapt. So I can use my situation to help y'all, and I can look at your situations and help me. So we kind of get to help each other out. So I don't like being on here by myself, and I also like planning for things in advance. So like if I knew I wasn't going to be on here, if I was going knew I was going to be on here by myself, I probably would have reached out to some other speakers earlier, or I would have came up with like my questions, my outline, my agenda, everything. But I kind of didn't plan. But I think another thing for me is probably I should have stayed ready, so I ain't had to get ready. But we here, and we still gonna have a good conversation. So, let me see. Let me see what the comments looking like. Dorian said he had it before. Okay. Well, it was lit. Is lit to you. Okay. Naeem said it feels crazy. I couldn't move or open, or difficult. I think you were saying you couldn't move, and you were having difficulty breathing. That sounds scary though. Naeem said it is lit. Y'all geeking. Naeem said even though I had it for years. Dang. When you wake up, it be feeling crazy. What it feel like? Soul said if you have sleep paralysis, just wiggle your toes and fingers because that's the only thing you can move when you have it. You'll wake up. Well, that's a tip. That might work for y'all, Naeem or Dorian. Dorian said he had it before, but Naeem said he's been having it for years. So maybe that might help you, Naeem. Yep. Y'all is really killing me with how y'all describing sleep paralysis. Like, it's fun, it's lit. Like, this don't sound fun or lit. Like, not being able to move don't sound fun. Okay, but so thank you for the tip. Antonio said I got help from my teachers giving me advice on how to do my portfolio. That's good. You talking about I think you draw, right? I think you draw. You was talking about it, I think either last week or the week before that. I remember you saying you was gonna turn in your portfolio. Gary said sleep paralysis low key fine. Miss Morgan is here with me because she all like it's not her fave. So I think that's how I would describe it if I had it, but to each his own. Did anybody put what they thought made things overwhelming for that specific situation? Cause I ain't see nothing. Don't be leaving me hanging on here, y'all. We need the comments flowing. Overthinking about the work. Yeah. All right. I'm about to pick through your situations because I'm about to go right back down. Hold up. Okay. So for Gemma's, it's probably like she was talking about her research class, and there's a lot of assignments due really close. Things that probably make her feel overwhelmed is like the abundance of all the information, and trying to get everything done. Like, I know for me, when I have a to-do list and I have like 101 things on it, it's like, oh my God, like, what did I do? I did absolutely nothing. And I feel like once you do one at a time, it's like, it's really not moving nothing. So it might just be the abundance that's making her overwhelmed, and the time too, because we never feel like time is on our side, but sometimes we gotta allow time to work for us. So I definitely feel that. With Maya, she was talking about COVID and her grades were due, and I think, for one, nobody really like being sick. I know for me, when I'm sick, I still be trying to do stuff. So like, even when like my nose was bleeding, my nose been bleeding on and off. Like, it been too much, honestly. the other day I still was like, I need to post my jewel. Like, I need to hurry up and post my jewel. Like, and instead I just like posted the jewel, but like the phone up to the ceiling. I had like a whole paper towel thing in my nose, so I looked ridiculous. But nobody really like being sick, and you just want to get back to that healthy state of being. So I definitely can feel that. And grades too, it's always like a conflict of things that you got to do. Like, you feel like it's a whole bunch of things, and you can't do them right now because you're not in the right state of mind. You're not feeling your best, so I can feel that. Um, Antonio, with the making a portfolio, that could be overwhelming because it take a lot for you to be creative. Like with art, with writing, with anything. Like when I write essays, I get writer's block, and it's like I don't have time for writer's block. Like this is due this time, and I need to get it done. But sometimes they just don't be flowing. So in midterms, everybody not an exam taker. So I definitely feel like with Kayasia, we have for midterms in college, we have papers sometimes, and we have exams, written exams too. And I definitely would say both is overwhelming. Like doing the essay, going to get help with resources, going to the writing center, getting people to read over it, reading over it yourself. It just is a long process. And then as far as the exams, it's like remember the information, retaining the information so you can pass that one exam. So it can be a lot. But let me go to the comments about what y'all was saying so far now that I see y'all commenting now. Okay. Naeem said trying to tell with sleep paralysis be a trip your brain gets to going crazy. I bet. Antonio said, no, you got a point because I didn't know what to draw or where to start. Mike said, for me, I was nervous about how my semester grades would be affected. Yeah, that's a lot of things. Like, I know when school used to come and I used to think about, like, the dates grades would do that week, everybody would be trying to get their grades together. Like, the closing, when grades was about to close, everybody would be trying to get their grades together. And, like, a lot of times it would be too late. In your situation, you could communicate what was going on. But some people was just, like, BSing all quarter. And they want that week to be like, Miss So and So, can I get some extra credit so I can get my grade up because I got a D in your class and I really need to get a C because I can't tell my mother I failed your class. But ma'am, you should have been doing your work all quarter. Now you want to wait till the last week. You don't have time. But I definitely get what you're saying. A lot of things are out of your control though. What you've been sick and everything, and they needed to give you that leniency, so everything works out. Reality said I'm stressed out because of we can't voice our opinion in my school. Why not? What's going on with that? We need to email some principals. What's going on with that? Like, say what's been going on at your school. Antonio said even if they was gonna like it. Antonio, one thing I want to say though is like as far as your art or whatever, like, is it something like what's gonna happen after the portfolio? Like, is it something just for everyone to view, or is it like going to like a board or something like that for people to like evaluate, or what? Because you said if they was gonna like it. Dorian said I started academy for my job recently and it's been feeling overwhelming, but I'm adjusting. So what about the academy is starting to overwhelm you? Like, think about those specific things that are making you overwhelmed. Is it just that it's a new start? Is it, the people? Is it the task? Like, think about what part of it is making you overwhelmed. And I hate too much information that I have to water down. I think a lot of times with school, it gets overwhelming just trying to think about. Sometimes people teach in order for you to pass whatever standard or quota they have, if y'all get what I'm saying. So like, I know for AP classes, the whole point of the class is for you to get college credit. And in order for you to do that, you have to do the AP exam, right? So you got to get a 3 or better, depending on where you want to go, because some people only accept 4 or better on the AP exams, right? And then in reality, you're just trying to crunch all this information, but not in efforts for you to learn. Is in efforts for you to retain the information to put it down on the test and make sure that you pass the test. If y'all get what I'm saying. So sometimes, like, even when you're doing like work or anything like that, is you're not really able to learn the information with how things are coming at you, with them being like overwhelming. Just doing it just so you can do the assignment or things like that. It really needs, like, maybe it's more things that we need to do in ourselves for us to actually learn the information. But sometimes I know from like outside sources, teachers and things like that, it's always like it feel overwhelming because we're just trying to reach this quota, or that's what teachers are trying to do. So yeah, hopefully I ain't talk too much on that part. All right, what was the last comment I was at? Okay, Gemma's. All right, I'm at Soul now. My higher conference preparation has been overwhelming. What makes it overwhelming? I think you were speaking before higher, but I wasn't in the room. But from experience, it could be overwhelming depending on your partner, the content, how well you like your topic. Because when you pick your topic, you need to pick a topic that you're gonna actually like enjoy preparing the presentation for. Your partner, depending on how well they communicate, because everybody don't communicate well, and that's just something that we just gotta accept sometimes. And but of course, tell them they need to communicate better, or go above them and say, talk to someone that they will actually listen to, so they can relay the information to them. But it's a lot of different factors, so I know it can be stressful for those factors, but other things as well. Gary said, I'm stressed out because at our school they overload us with work and they just don't give us a break, and I guess they don't hear our students' voice. What advice would I give for that? Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to go one-on-one because I want to like kind of give y'all individualized attention when it comes to these issues, and hopefully I'm giving y'all some good advice. But as far as being like overloaded, I would just communicate that a lot of things is communication, honestly. But I would just communicate to those teachers that you have, like, is it a different way or a different method that I can learn this information, or alternative assignments that I can be given. And the worst thing they can do is tell you no. But as long as you go in and let them know that this is giving me a problem. Like, is it any way that you can help me in coach class? Is there any way we can, talk about building a schedule out for me to do my assignments better, or things like that? Can you tell me the purpose of these assignments? Because sometimes them assignments just be like, look, I'm gonna just give you this work. You need to get this work done. And it's just for the purpose of giving you an assignment. But we need to actually have assignments that's going to be purposeful. So if it's something that you're just not understanding, go ahead and ask them questions. Them teachers are in there to work for y'all to get your education. And we is not going to be the people that, graduating, can't read, can't do math, not ready for a career. We not doing that. So go ahead and flood them with questions and have it be where they're doing a system that work for you. Or go to another teacher that will be willing to help you out in a different way that they're not willing to. Okay, Maya. I keep an assignment schedule now, and when I have so much on it, I look like, what have I done? And yeah, I was just talking about that a couple minutes ago. One thing that I said though is, like, with your to-do list, let me see if I can pull one up from last week. Cause I do about week so I don't get overwhelmed. Cause before I used to try to go in my syllabi and go put all assignments on one thing, and that just wasn't working. So we're not gonna do that no more. So let me see if I can find. All right, this one, right? So this is one of my mother on live, y'all. She doing her live downstairs. But this is one of my to-do lists, right? And I got my class, the class name, the assignment name, the due date, and I will put it in order, but sometimes it don't be in order. Don't sweat it. But these was all the assignments I had. That last one I checked off because it was an assignment we didn't even end up having. But this is what I would do. This not even that many. It's 10 items on here. It's 10 or 11 items on here, and it will work best for you is probably like putting the assignments in order, like whatever's due on Monday, whatever due on Tuesday, whatever due on Wednesday, and check that thing off. Separate the to-do list so it don't be overwhelming. And a lot of times, if you do that, or even do the calendar reminder, or like even make a time tree, because I know time tree we've been using for projects, but you might want to use it for class. And one thing I've been doing in school too, y'all don't have reading heavy now, I don't think, but if y'all do got reading heavy, I would be hitting up the group chat for the class and be like, yo, we got this chapter. It might be 70 pages. It's 10 of us. Everybody read 7 pages, send a summary back to the chat. And have stuff work for y'all so y'all don't be overwhelmed. Work smarter, not harder. So if everybody read them same pages, split that thing up. Be like, all right, y'all, we need to have this reading done by this time. Send your summary to this group chat by this time. And that worked way better. You don't even have to, overwork yourself. Go ahead, have that thing work for you. Look at them group chats. Use it as a resource. Y'all not just in there talk trash about the teacher. Use that so y'all can help with making stuff easier for y'all. All right, okay. Hopefully that helped though, cause you make a smaller to-do list, you'll see more improvement. With you doing it. Gemma says she hit it making her portfolio. I love all Gemma. I can't wait to get my bag from her, because I'm definitely about to go thrifting when I go to Atlanta and get me a nice outfit to go with it. And Chelsea's birthday coming up in March, and I just hit her up earlier about what we wearing and all that. So I'm gonna get my outfits together, y'all. I'm gonna be posting more. So long. I think you was talking about midterms. Yeah, it's overwhelming in itself. This is, I don't know. They need to make a better system for everybody to succeed, though. Like, when it comes to the assignments, when it comes to the exams, like, everything don't be adding up. Like, it's like everybody not exam takers. You got permit exams. We got the written exams. So it's like everybody just not an exam person. And they need to do more with trying to like adjust to actually have their goals be towards the success of students at the school, instead of it being trying to meet them quota things. Like, it's just, don't get me started. Did Tonyo answer what type of oil he do? Hold on. Okay. All right, y'all. I need to get hip with the comments. I'm like 10 minutes behind. All right, okay. Reality said they basically gave up with my friend. They put her out. We don't have hot water, so they're giving us chips for lunch. Lunch bags from the bathrooms. Toilets don't flush. Yeah, I would definitely like advise. I know your mother be on it, because I know she was on a live. It might have been last year. Yeah, it definitely was last year, because we just started a new year. But have your mother and your friend's mom and everything. If this is at the school, call them. Have everybody call them, even if it's y'all, call them, leave voicemails, everything like that. Really advocate for yourselves. If this is at the school, if this is at home thing, and you looking for support from the schools, reach out to the schools, but also organizations that may be in your school. So like some of those guidance counselors and things like that. Dorian said something. Hold up. Okay, Dorian said, I guess this was the part that made it hard. But waking up at 6 a.m. with 3 hours of sleep, that part, I remember waking up at 6 for high school, and like when I wasn't really sleeping in my first semester, it definitely could be a lot, especially when you gotta be somewhere for 8 hours or something like that. I know for your situation it's 8 hours, but that can definitely be overwhelming. You don't want to have it be where you burnt out, or you overwork yourself. and it feels like we had to do everything almost perfect. Those expectations of that people kind of put on you, those things can be overwhelming too. But in your situation, I think you were talking about it helping you grow and like be better at your job. So sometimes it's needed, but don't burn yourself out either. Make sure you get in some more sleep and everything like that. Hey Deja. Maya said I have an AP exam for history this year, and I honestly have a little anxiety around it. Just try to do your best. If it's U.S. history, just know that ain't no history. Cause when I failed it and I got my law, y'all, I got a 1 on the AP exam with the A push. I was like, dang, like I wish I would have got the credits for that, but don't sweat it. Do your best, and if it don't work with your best, just know you gave it your all. So yeah, especially with SAT coming up, it feels like there are so many tests. Just stay calm, do the things you need to do to prepare the day before. I love a self-care day the day before a real overwhelming day, and like the first day of school that we had the day before, I went to go get my nails done. I think a couple days before that I went to go get my hair done. Just do everything you need to do to keep everything calm. All right, thanks. I guess you already taking that. Go ahead, Dorian. Thank you for coming on. Say, man, why school just stressing you out? Didn't y'all just start? Definitely found that communicating with your teachers. All right, hey Mar. I think I'm really all the way up to date, but I'm gonna read Deja comments and I'm gonna go to the next question. So Deja said, only thing I don't like in school is by me getting my GED, we only 2 days out the week and only for 2 hours, and that isn't enough time because I'm working. I like to take my time, not rush, because sometimes I don't understand and have to read more than once. And yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and reiterate something I said previously with the communication thing. Whoever your I guess your GED instructor is, let them know that you need a little bit more time and see if they can adjust something for you, and also if they can stay a little bit longer after the 2 hours, or even be willing to meet up or something outside of that. Communication really is just going to be the main thing that you get through. All right, Joe. Next question. With these things that y'all think can make it overwhelming, what things could you do or implement into your mind to let you or well, not even things that you can implement into your mind. What things or habits could you make to have those things not be so overwhelming? So I kind of gave y'all some like advice with some tips, but what's some things that may be more true to you that could help you break down those barriers? And so for me, the things that made it overwhelming for me is, being on here by myself, talking to myself, y'all. And then the second thing was not having that plan. So going on future references, if I do have a guest speaker, always having that backup plan. Having a backup plan is key. Like, of course, you want to put it all on plan A, but you also need a plan B sometimes. And that's one thing that today I just didn't have. I made my topic a couple minutes before we got on the live, and one thing that I should have did is been like, I have a guest speaker coming on, but if anything come up, this what we gonna be talking about. I got these questions lined up. This my agenda, and hopefully I don't have to use it, but just in case, I got it ready. That's one thing I would do next time. And overcoming that talking to myself thing, I would just say, like, it's not that I'm like afraid of being on here by myself. It's just like I like interacting with people. I'm like one of the people, I like hearing your voices. I like, seeing your smile, seeing your laugh, cracking jokes. Like, that's what I like. I don't know if that's necessarily that a thing that I need to improve, but I just don't really be liking being on here by myself. I just like human connection. And that's something I think we were going to be talking about, like things dealing with humanity on the session we were supposed to have today. But I promise y'all, it's going to be a great session. And that emergency that she had, I know she's going to get it, cleared up. Everything going to go straight for her. So yeah, so think of some of those habits y'all can make so things don't be as overwhelming and they don't stress you out. Okay, so Antonio said something I can implement into my mind is that it's going to be okay, or just keep pushing until it gets better. And yeah, sometimes it's okay not to be okay too. Like, sometimes we have our bad days where it's like, I don't feel like doing anything. Like, I don't want to get up. I'm just feeling like depressed, or, like I just need like a little bit of time to myself, because I'm definitely one of them people that feels like I need to be alone sometimes. And it's not nothing against nobody else, but it's just like I need to like work on just being a better me, and you know being more reflective about some of the things that go on. Like, certain things make me upset, and after I'm upset, sometimes I just need to just think to myself, because sometimes I'm that person that I kind of get like, if I get upset, sometimes I shut down. Not professionally, of course, but like personally in my relationships with people, if something make me upset, I sometimes shut down. And I want to sit back and think about what made me upset and what triggered me. And whatever conversation I had, or whatever, you know, action they had that made me upset, and think about what am I going to say to this person, because I also don't want to be the person that get up and I speak too fast, and now whatever I said, it was something that was based off pure emotion. It wasn't based off logic or anything like that. It was just off of emotion. I'm upset, and this is what I'm going to say. I'd rather be like, all right, can I get my time? And when I get my time and I think about everything that happened, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to let you know. And we're going to have a good conversation about things that we can change going forward. I'm working on that. I'm a work in progress. I'm not going to say I got that down to a T. I'm telling you, I'm working on it. So, yeah. Mindset, time management, and procrastination. Them systems, Joe. I'm working on that same thing too. Like, I still do my schedules. I don't post them as much. I can start posting them again to help some other people with how they can more organize their lives and stuff like that. But them systems. So if you got a certain period of time to do an essay, and they like, look, yo, we got an essay that's due in a month, and it's based on a book, and you gotta read. All right, I'm gonna take this first 2 weeks to read the book. I'm gonna read this amount of pages a day. And even if it still feel easy, like, do something that feel easier to you. Like, I got a book that I'm reading for class, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read 7 pages a day. I'm gonna take my notes on there, put it in my little Google Doc, and when it comes time for me to write the essay, I'm gonna have it together. It wasn't nothing that was too hard for me, because I gave myself the time that I needed, and a lot of the time I needed. I'm not waiting to the last minute. So think about them systems, a system that you can make that will work for you, instead of you having to work for it. Um, let me see. Let me see what's going on with the comments. No problem, Deja. Thank you, Gemma. And I seen a comment you said about the 2 bags. Thank you. Hopefully, did you get your food? Cause I had ordered some of them some of Elder Eats, so you can get some. But yeah, hopefully you got your food. Thank you, Tonio. If I could beat procrastination, I would probably be unstoppable. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? My goal is to really slow it before I graduate high school next year. And I don't know if this would be a session that we want to have for success sessions, but like a college prep session about the habits you need to break before you enter college. So like, I know from middle school to high school in the transition, like, I don't know if y'all heard this from teachers, but I heard this from teachers, like, high school, they not gonna care, like, you got stuff going on, like, they not gonna care, like, you need to just be, like, independent, blah, 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 blah. And, it wasn't really like that for me in high school. Like, it wasn't, where the teachers didn't care, like, because they cared, as long as I communicated and told them what was going on, especially, my psychology teacher. Every time I felt like I was, like, having a bad day, I would just go to her and be like, during lunch or something, I'm having a bad day, like, this happened at home, and I'm really not feeling it today. And going into the situation, when I go to class and I might be a little bit quiet, she doesn't necessarily pick me to talk or to speak and things like that. And communication, one of those things that you're gonna need for sure in college. So even if you're that person that be like, oh no, I don't want to ask for help, like I don't want to seem like a charity case, I don't want to have my hand out, cut all that. Like the pride thing is just gonna be a thing that you need to just throw it in the trash. Because when you go into college, like, or a trade school or anything like that, or you start a business right after high school, whatever the case may be, you're gonna need to communicate with people so you can get the way you really want to be. Because although people be like they out here, they self-made, they doing it by themselves, everything they got, it was just them. No, in order to achieve dreams, like when they say teamwork make the dream work, you're gonna need a team that's behind you that help you to get to that that degree, or that certificate, or the next level in your business. You're gonna need a team. So with going into college and you thinking about that work you're gonna have to do that might seem overwhelming. If you got an essay and they like it's due in 2 days, communicate. You might need more time. If you ask for it, they might give it to you. And just get that pride thing out of your head, because you're going to need help and you're going to need to communicate, and you can't be all in your shell about it because you can't struggle in silence. So yeah. Maya said, do you have any tips for choosing classes? We got our senior course request and I'm having trouble choosing some classes because I want to enjoy senior year. I'm trying to think, how was senior year? Before I left junior year, we had picked out senior year classes. So I picked my senior year classes in person. One thing I would say as far as choosing the classes is, for one, see what things you need. So, excuse me, even in college, you're going to have to pick your classes, and you want to pick the things you need, things you enjoy, but things you need. So if you still need your fine arts requirement, look at all the options that they have. They have dance, they have painting, they have whatever the case may be. And think about who you are as a person. What person, what class does aligns most with who you are as a person? So kind of think about those things. Senior year, I'm trying to think about what classes I even took. I took AP Calc. I took AP 2D Art and Design. I took another AP English class. I'm not sure all of the classes, but I picked classes that I thought would like push me to be better in a certain area. So like with AP 2D Art and Design, I'm not no artist, but I wanted the son to teach me a new skill that would be fun, that I could experiment with, but would also feel that fine art requirement. And it filled the fine art requirement. I know I'm not a dancer, so I just I picked that class. So pick something that's gonna make you grow, but things that you also like doing too. And overloading myself with work, make sure that you got the things that like I said, all those requirements. But if you want to do anything extra, something that is going to definitely help you grow in an area that you'll use when you actually get out of high school. They said my goal is to just change my mindset on things and get my GED so I can start my career, trade school and then my career. And you got it, as long as you like have that self-talk, like consistently going in day in and day out. Like I said, you have your bad days, so you can account for that too. But going in, like, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna give it my best, I'm gonna kill it, like everything. I'm gonna do my best. And one thing that I do is, and a person that I am, I normally be like, if I know I have friends with a certain goal, or my parents or anything, they got certain goals, I be in their ear, like get an accountability partner. Like for example, I'm gonna use Dorian because that's the first person that had touched my mind with how I be. But before he go into the academy in the morning, I know I'm not gonna be up at 6 a.m. when he wake up. But the night before, I'm gonna go ahead and send my audio message, get into his head about, the things that he need to be careful for, or, give it your all, a motivational speech for real. They be like 3 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I sent him the night before, so when he wake up, he can listen to the message and that help him out. So if you got some friends that's like real supportive, or people that's in your ear, or even if you want me to do it, because I be running my mouth anyway, honestly. I talk a lot when I'm off here. But if you need somebody to send you a message, an audio message, or something like that, I can send them on Instagram. I can text your phone. Just let me know. And I can give you the words that you need. And Reality said, not in my school, they don't care. What thing was you referencing? I said a lot about school, so I want to make sure I don't say nothing that's too off key. And Jen, we know you love your dance class. You just like artists, like all the way. Like you like visual artists. You like dancer. Like next thing you know, Jim is gonna be acting. Y'all see Jim in a movie, just know I caught it. Antonio said some teachers don't really care unless the principal there, but there are those who really there. And yeah, I definitely understand. Principals really make it hard though for some teachers to do their job, and sometimes we just gotta understand or even talk to our teachers and have real conversations with them if they willing to. But principals make it hard. Like, it's some principals that don't support, you know, not acting where I draw the line. I'm dead. But it's some principals that really don't care or not for the narrative, or like teachers doing their own thing. Like it's like they want them to do what they want them to do when they want them to do it. And you know, some teachers really want to support the students. They want to help. They want to do it in a different way. But some principals just like, you know, hey. So a lot of times the teachers just be like Gemma said, real restricted on what and how they can teach. Even if they want to go the extra mile and add something on their lesson, like they got to get it approved first. And it's just a whole lot of process for a lot of different things. And I guess that's one of those roles, like for teachers, they had to follow some of those requirements, but two, like they kind of put in a box. So I don't know, we might need to do some advocating around that too, because we want it to be where we can learn things that we need to learn. And sometimes them curriculums, they just don't be cutting it. Not Kamaya said she never seen her principal. Yo, that's it. And two, like, that's one thing I don't get. Principals, they want to tell you, you know, what they think the students need and all that, and then don't even interact with the students. How you gonna tell them what they need and don't even interact with the students? Like, teachers deal with the students every single day. Principals, like, I know the principal I had when I was in high school. You know, she would be there. Sometimes she would not be there, and you know, a lot of principals like that. I know they got other things they need to attend to, but teachers would be like the best or the second best besides the youth themselves on what things will actually help them, you know, or what things they want to be taught. Once every couple, come on, yeah, they need to get it together. That's still at Poly. In high school, my principal let us do whatever. My school used to be Buck. Wow. I thought this was a learning environment. But yeah. So I'm not sure. I think everybody put their ways or their habits that they wanted to do to make things less overwhelming. But overall, the things that I want y'all to get. Polly doing it like that? Polly doing it like that? Yo, I know sometimes like it may be like Polly, Western City, they like the best ones, but we need some work too. Like, I'm a Western alum, we need some work too. We need some work. Like some student boards or something. They need some student advisory boards like at every school. Honestly, like they need some work. They need some work, and they need to, like, I know with Higher, we've been able to be on some interviews and stuff with like who we had be on Higher. They need to do that with Baltimore City Public Schools too. Like, have some of these city school students that actually go to the school that they at. Like, if y'all need a new principal for next year, have some of them students, a student advisory council, get on and say if they want this person to work at that school or not. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how well these adults that's hiring these other adults for these positions, they don't know what we need but us. So if they had that student advisory council for hiring these principals, these teachers, even the janitors and the hall monitors, then that would help the process be better. So we can actually learn something. Cause some people just be like, honestly, some of them be unqualified to actually do their job and do it the right way. But I think Baltimore City Public Schools, they got like a student something. I don't know. It's a student. It might be an advisory council, but it's a student something. What? No. Stop. I was assaulted by a homeowner this week, and they said they can't fire him. It has to go through Baltimore City. What? Things like that need to be like handled on the spot. Like, and it's on video. This is what I be talking about. We really have to do better in the schools for real, because this is something that could have been handled like on the spot. Whoever had the principal or whatever, they should have just fired them on the spot. Like, you told them, you got the video right here. Like, what other things do they need to go through? But to know, it's right there. It's on tape. And I'm sorry that it happened to you, and in a space where you're supposed to be learning, you're supposed to be safe. But like, they could have handled that on the spot and fired them. That's crazy. And I know, even though this is something that we're hearing about right here, I know it's something that's possibly happened to other students. I think at Western, we had something where one of the homeowners, they wasn't speaking to the students in the right way, and it was a whole bunch of process around that too. And I just don't get it. Like, they want us to have to go to the extreme, or have to do these protests, or other things for simple issues to be solved. Like, this was something that was here for you to see. This is evidence. This is my testimony. This is what I'm saying happened. I don't understand what other process they have to do, or what other things they have to go through, but to believe the student and treat you like you're a human. Like, I don't understand. So, is it other things that you guys that y'all feel like y'all want to come on and talk about for the last couple minutes, or things that y'all want to address, want me to address while I'm on here, or questions y'all want to ask, things that y'all feel like could help? When I was in high school, a homeowner got fired for asking the students for what? What? They asked the homeowner that asked the student for news for money. Yo, it's really something going on. Like, and so I think you graduated like maybe a year or two ago. That's crazy. Things just going on too long, and they don't be like handled the proper way. Like, and it's crazy. They telling your mother not to press charges. What other things is it to do? If you're going to school to learn and to feel safe. And in that situation, you wasn't. Like, Baltimore City Public Schools failed. They did. I got someone said coping mechanisms for when you're overwhelmed and planning may not be helping. I'm gonna add a little bit about that, but it's definitely something that we need to bring the attention to. So yeah, Gemma, I know she got everything on lock with the Baltimore City Public Schools thing. So if there's anything she can do or anything we can do, please let us know, because we here. But some coping mechanisms that can help if planning isn't helping. So like, in a moment of feeling overwhelmed, take a break. So I know sometimes it'd be like, you got deadlines, blah, 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 blah. Take a break sometimes. Like, I'm going to be like, virtual learning, your eyes start hurting. Close your laptop. Take 15 minutes where you just chilling, listening to music. Like, you're not scrolling on the gram or nothing. Like, you sitting, you might be laying in the dark or something. You got your little candle lit, play some music, whatever the thing may help. Take a break and go back to whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, the assignment's still going to be there. The thing that we need to take care of is ourselves and making sure that our minds are nourished and we're in the right state of mind to even accomplish, doing that assignment in the right way, or whatever the task that you're doing is. Sometimes just take a break, chill. You might want to do a little walk or something like that. And really focus on that self-care piece, because I know a lot of times people downplay it or undermine it, but it has a lot of power. Like after I go get all of my stuff done, and my hair done, all of the stuff that I do for self-care, or go ahead and take my shower and wash my face and stuff like that, the next day I'm able to go in with a clear mind. It's like, I feel good. Like I got my shea butter on, like my lip gloss on, my earrings. Like I'm feeling good now. Maybe I'm able to do this task a little bit better, or even just having yourself be in a better mindset for you to overcome that feeling of being overwhelmed. So one thing I would just say is take a break. Of course, I know planning and certain forms doesn't work for everybody, but it's always a way for people to plan in ways that can adapt to them. And another thing is, this one is kind of similar to take a break, but take a breath too, because before, it was like 15 minutes before this Winter Wednesday came, and we received a cancellation. And I was just thinking, like, what things can I do? Like, a lot of thoughts was running through my mind about who can I reach out to? What can I talk about? Things like that. But I just took a breath, and I'm just like, look, we still gonna have Winter Wednesday. You still want to give it your best. You know who you are. Like, realizing you have values and reminding yourself of that every day. Because sometimes we lose track of the values that we have. Like, we have a bad day, and it's hard for us to get back up and, remember who we are, the things that we've accomplished. But just remember, like, you got value to bring to the table, and you're going to get whatever it is that you need to get done. Like, even if it might take you a little bit more time, or a little bit more communicating, or a little bit more adapting, whatever it is that you need to get done will get done. So taking a breath and taking a step back and then coming back is always like the best thing to do. And I hope these coping mechanisms helps you out a little bit. Let me know if there's any topics that what is it? Things that will help you out later on for Winter Wednesdays. I know Coach has next week, and I'll probably be having my guest speaker on in a couple weeks. But let me know if there's anything else that y'all feel is relevant, or that y'all want to talk about, or even if y'all want to come on and lead a session that y'all might feel is relevant to everybody else. Hit me up. Always feel free to have y'all get on, because I like having Winning Wednesday be a platform where everybody can share their voice. Like, I know me and Coach host, but I always want to hear new people get on. I know we've had people get on, but some new faces, some new people, or even if somebody y'all know that has spoken really well in school, or that is another organization that will want to come on and have a panel. And I didn't forget about that panel that Sid suggested for the business showcases, because that's something I'm gonna have too. So let me know when y'all want to have that. I can have it next month if y'all want it to be. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a jewel. And today's jewel is something I already said, but remember who you are. So you always need that reminder. Put a reminder in your phone if you need it. 9 a.m. I always got a reminder about what my purpose is with helping the community. And all those things that you accomplish, all those great things that you've been able to do, all of those lives you've been able to touch. Because I know all of y'all are doing great things. Y'all in a lot of different organizations. Y'all on a lot of different projects, and y'all doing the thing. So remember that. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great day today, or a great rest of your night. And tomorrow, Thriving Thursday. So make sure y'all tune in to Thriving Thursday tomorrow. And yeah, bye y'all. Love y'all.